Hello fellow gardeners and growers, my name is Emma and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can go from here to here with Lee Valley tools. For all of my green thumbs at home, you know just as well as I do that getting a jump start on your seedlings can make all the difference in your grow season. And what better way than adding a LED grow light and the seedling starter kit by Lee Valley Tools to your toolbox this season. So the first thing we want to do is we want to fill up our seed trays with whatever substrate it is that you're using. Now this is going to be dependent on the type of seedlings that you're looking to start. And of course, whenever we start getting messy, it's nice to have a little fall tray so that if you're working in a smaller space, kind of like I am today, you've got a little bit more freedom for, getting really dirty. Now, one of the things I absolutely love about Coco Coir is the fact that it retains moisture, and it's a little bit better in my opinion than peat moss. Not only sustainability-wise, it's a lot better for the environment, but it just is amazing for starting just about any seedlings. It retains that moisture, which is so crucial for young seeds and young seedlings. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this little piece right here, and we're going to essentially pack down that soil. And it's also sort of doubling as creating a nice little hole for us to place our seeds in next. What we're going to do next is we're going to work with this piece of felt that is called a capillary mat, and it's included with the kits. So what we're going to do is we're just going to feed this through these little slits here. And basically these little felt tips are going to be reaching down into the bottom and essentially making contact with the water that will be sitting in our water reservoir. But what we're going to do next is we want to moisten that capillary mat. Now it's really important to make sure that this mat never dries out. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our seedling starters. All of our seeds are not quite in there yet, but we're just prepping them. And we're going to just sit that right on top. But this is kind of where you should end up with so far with our seedling kit. And what we're going to do next is actually decide which seeds we want to place inside of our seedling starter. I love basil, so I'm going to plant up about 6 cavities of my basil here. Make this mostly a herb starter kit. My little windowsill guy, I'm going to get a lot of nice natural sunlight coming through my window, which my herbs are going to appreciate. But great thing about having an LED light, for example, is if you don't have sufficient lighting at home, it's easy to just pop this seedling starter kit underneath one of these for supplementary lighting. Now we're going to add one of the most important ingredients to our seedling starter kit, and that is water. So I'm going to water nice and thoroughly the top of my seedlings here. Next, fill up our water cavity. So really it's going to be quite simple. We're just going to fill up just this little opening here. You'll notice that your water indicator will start to move up as your water fills into the reservoir as well. And last but not least, we're going to take our clear top here and just gently place it on top of our unit. And then what you're going to want to do is place this entire thing somewhere where it's going to get sufficient sunlight and heat. And like I mentioned, if you're in a space that doesn't get a whole lot of natural sunlight, it might be time to consider something like this. One of the LED grow lights are fabulous. It's so easy to just pop something like this underneath one of these LED grow lights and really provide those seedlings with the sufficient sunlight that they need. And now comes arguably the hardest part of this entire process, and that's waiting for these seedlings to actually pop up and grow into these beautiful, juicy, fresh herbs that we all love so much in our gardens. I hope that this video has shown you just how easy it is to grow with Lee Valley Tools, and we will see you in the next video.